And welcome to PSGL. This is season 28 F5, and we are at Canada here for round 7 of this season. And this week I am once again joined back by my co-commentator Evan here. How are you today?
Hello, we are back here in Montreal. It's an interesting track, one of the shortest ones on the calendar. It is, pole will be 107, 108, can't really remember off the top of my head, but that doesn't really matter anyways. It will be a good race, interesting race, that's for sure. We don't have a packed full grid, but we do still have a lot of good drivers here tonight. And it'll be interesting, that's for sure.
That is correct. I think pole will be around one. It'll be anything probably mid to low 107s. If somebody does stretch into a 106, that would be extremely impressive, but I don't think anyone really can. It'll probably be a 107.
It'll be extremely impressive for sure. But we're loading into the lobby now, almost ready to get going for qualifying. There is a chance this could be a wet race or a wet qualifying. There is a high possibility around Montreal. That is for sure. And we'll be loading in short. We're just waiting on Tysco to load in, and then we can get going.
Yep.
Now we're waiting for everyone to load in. So, hey.
Oh well.
Leading the championship, however, we can have a championship update. I believe it's still Namsco, although I could stand corrected on that because I wasn't here last week. So that maybe.
Well, I believe he's the leader. He could have really extended his gap. The only thing is, he ended up getting penalties last week for crossing the pit entry line.
That's not good. That's not good.
That is never good.
In the championship, though, it is SHW Namsco leading by 10 points over Cortez, who is leading by 10 points over Santeri, and a shock one you might realise is Ron, actually in 4th, 8 points behind Santeri, so still a lot to play for the top of the championship. Of course, the point system is different to the real F1. It is 16 points for a race victory, so we'll just have to see, can Cortez close in on the gap on Namsco this evening?
Well, that'll depend on his Canada pace here. He has took some wins, but whether he can continue to carry that form into the races, into the race here, is a question. Honestly, it's a bit of a jumbled up grid, given the fact that you don't have any people, plus some reserves. It is going to be probably an interesting one, as some people will have a good chance to really extend their championship lead, or maybe they could close in.
One thing that we are going to have to watch out for here tonight is invalidations. They are a common feature around Montreal. Penalties will be crucial in the race. You've got to keep it clean. Got to keep penalties to a minimum, as they could affect you if you do the late safety car.
That's correct. Although some people really struggle with the track limits here, and that means they end up probably accumulating so many penalties that somebody who could be maybe 10 to seconds behind or more could still end up ahead of them, purely because they weren't abusing track limits so much.
First man to start lap today, though, will be FOL Finley. The final corner now. Activates the DRS onto the middle straight. When it keeps the right hand side of qualifying, which can flick onto the left hand side in the Grand Prix.
Is that invalid? Good God.
Yes, it is. Alright, we better pick someone else. Will we go for Tim Wentink? I think we should. Through the chicane, he keeps it clean, and as I was saying, you want to stick to the right hand side, make sure you can the minimum run towards the line in the qualifying lap. Downshifting here to about 3rd gear. Does he go down to 1st through this corner? No, stays at 2nd, short shift up to 3rd and get the power down. Very tricky power zone to get that one nailed into the right hander now. Difficult chicane down to 5th, flick it through, but on the grass with the slide, and he's off the wall, and that is off the wall for Tim Wentink. And Bryn is out of this qualifying, apologies. He has spun at the final corner.
Looks like it's on Kevin Magnussen there.
Yes, he has, and whoever said in the Discord that he was going to be on pole, you feel silly now.
And you said a DNF. Well,
I said a DNF for Centauri, actually.
Oh, right.
A bit of banter. But,
well, as always.
Hopefully that doesn't happen. Cortez, though, is on a flying lap now on the softs. He's just currently through the middle sector, through that very tricky chicane. Let's see what lap he can set.
Dominator set the first lap.
Dominator with the first lap at a 108.39. 108.39 flat. That is very nice indeed. Here comes Ron across the line. And that is a 107.8. Nice job for Ron, who is next across the line. I believe it will be that Renault of QVR Cortez. Here comes, activates the DRS. Onto the right hand side. Will it be provisional pole position? No, it won't.
No.
107.9 for Cortez. Just a 10th down. It would be the AlphaTauri of Matt Tibos. He's validated. No, he hasn't actually, but he's had a big slide and activated the DRS. Across the line, it is going to be a 108.1. So currently the second slowest time that we have in, but still a lot of qualifying laps still to set. Shazoo Simon being one of them, come through the final hairpin, short shifting up the gears, activate the DRS now, and he's going to get thundered towards the last chicane. Very tricky chicane and very easy to validate, very easy to hit the wall on the right hand side as well. Braking, about 75 meters, flicks it in, and that's very smooth through there for Shazoo Simon across the line. Will it be provisional pole? No, it won't. It will be second position.
Very close.
By a very, very close margin.
Let me just see something here, because a lot of people got penalties for the triangle. 4 drivers got 5-second penalties for crossing pit entry lines last week.
Oh, no.
And considering now you have well, the pit lane here, which is a very dangerous one if you are on the wrong side when you want to pit. If you're on the right and a guy who isn't pitting is on the left, that's probably going to cause a monumental crash.
Yeah, it probably will.
So
Jules has gone third with a 7.9, so not a bad lap. Namsco has just validated on a set of softs, so that is not good for SHW. Namsco FRL Mikulski. I've said that wrong. You're going to have to say to me. Yeah, you're going to have to teach me how to say that one again. I swear we had this in bar 8.
Let's see where he goes at the 107, 108, 180.
Not bad. Not bad. For Mikulitsi. There we go. Mikulitsi. We've nailed it down. We've nailed it down.
I'm proud.
It's Tysko. Now we're going to lose 50 on from my ability to pronounce a name. Tysko with 8.1. Good enough to beat his teammate, so that is a 108.1. Namsco's gone for a second attempt. Spaghetti Chips has validated on his second attempt. Namsco is flying through, trying to enter the middle sector. He is purple in sector 1, is SHW Namsco. Very, very nice sector. He's looking quick around here. Is the Ferrari, of course, the championship leader, as we said, on 58 points. Through the middle sector now. Orange curve is the best way to go through there, I believe. And he's very low on fuel, so will be an inch back to the pits, I imagine, for the Ferrari. Down to second gear for the hairpin. And away he goes. Will he nail the DRS activation? Yes, could lose time if he don't. He does nail it. And now into this very, very tricky final chicane. Just about keeps it off the wall, activates the DRS. Where will this lap put Namsco? It will be only good enough for 7th with a 108.1.
He splits the
67 Ferrari is in 7th.
Well, it's a checkerboard between Taisku, Namsco, Matibos and Dominator. Now Matibos is going to start the lap, I believe. Yep, here he goes. So he's heading into turn 1 now. Nobody else on a proper lap, I believe, so...
Matibos is on his second set of tyres. on a lap. Everyone else has only really used one. Tunetank and Efra Finley though are on outlaps, and Tim has just started. It is purple sector 1 for Matt Tebows. Is that legitimate or not? I will check now. And that is a legitimate purple sector 1. Matt Tebows is currently flying as Ron has improved to a 7-8. No, he hasn't. That's just my game being broken.
Oh well.
Apologies for that one. That is just Codemasters at their finest. Here comes Matt, activates the DRS. Very close to hitting that wall on the inside. That wouldn't have been the his proudest moment if he had have clipped that one into the final chicane. Oh, unlucky. Very unlucky.
Oh,
let's see what this lap would have been. It would have only been a less than a 10th improvement. But probably could have gained a bit more time there. Tunetank has backed off his lap as Finley is flying in front of him. Has the gearbox glitch, so it'll be annoying to listen to. Here he comes, as that has Ron out of the session. Our pole man has crashed in the middle sector.
Check with the Red Bull.
Oh, he's really mangled it. He has mangled that car. He is currently on provisional pole position, but it is not by a comfortable amount. As Tunetank manages to set a 15.9, so he's going for a second attempt. I imagine flying through the middle sector. As that is Finley going slowly in front. It is getting a little bit dull here in Montreal. I wonder, are we expecting some rain towards the end of the session?
Oh, I don't think it would be enough to really change the course of the session. Because, like, it's still not full cloudy.
There's still bright patches of sunshine, that is for sure. Especially as you can see at the top here, there is some bright sunny spells in Montreal. Bit of rain could be on the way. Here comes Tim. Through the final chicane. Oh, he's made a big mistake there. He has made a big mistake. Tim is not getting comfortable on this circuit. And that's only good enough for 10th spot. That is not where he wants to be. Centauri is purple in Sector 1 by 3/10 because they did check Ron's time. So he is purple by 3/10 of a second. Is IR4 Centauri. He is quite literally flying. As he's he's tapped the wall, and that is going to be that lap over with, as he has tapped the wall. Spinny chip back across the line. That will be good enough for 5th, just behind his teammate with a 7.9 point. Sorry, with a 1.07.979. That is quite satisfying to look at, if I do say so myself. And look how close he is to his teammate. He's exactly 200s behind.
And extremely close between the Renaults, and that's another person out of Namsco, and Cortez is probably fairly happy with his position at the moment, because that would allow him to close in a bit on Namsco if it ends up being that way in the race.
Yeah, definitely, as will Centauri go for another run. Looks like he started one, but he didn't validate it, so he will not be completing that one. Jules has actually got a provisional pole position. 107.720. That is a nice lap from the or Jules.
Jules is on lap. Namsco invalidated. Straight chips in lap. Cortez about to start one. Meanwhile,
Cortez has invalidated that one actually. And he won't be going on this lap. Nicolizzi is starting one. I will nail down that name by the end of the day, don't worry. As Nicolizzi has invalidated that lap. Namsco has also invalidated that lap. Centauri is in the pits.
He's invalid a long time beforehand.
Meaning qualifying is not going well for everyone. Matt Tebows has a set of mediums on for God only knows what reason. He has set a lap on the softs. Everyone has set a lap on the softs. It is a traditional two-stop here around Montreal. You can either do a soft, medium, medium, soft, medium, soft. Whatever you choose to do. German Dominator is actually starting at lap. He is the lowest of the timed runners. He won't be starting last as we do with Bryn's TNF. But he would like to improve on this time and probably shoot himself a little bit up closer towards his teammate.
Oh,
well, he won't be with that lap, as that's invalidated.
And another
A lot
episode
of drivers
for Tom
making
there,
similar
of course.
mistakes, but his teammate, Nabsco, is purple in Sector 2 according to our graphics. Now, we don't know how trustworthy that can be, but he really got to nail this final chicane. He messed up a bit of it on the last attempt, but here comes SHW Nabsco to the final chicane, flicks it in, flicks it out, keeps it off the wall. This is a much better run through the final chicane. Is it going to be pole position? Yes, it is with a 107.5. That is a beautiful lap time from the current championship leader. That is how you do it.
107.5, so brilliant lap in that case. However, he did set on older softs, like they already had been used for a lap.
Yeah, I think that was the invalidated lap he did, but still, it's an extra lap. As Simon now is purple in the middle sector, according to the graphics. I will check if that is a legitimate one. That is a legitimate sector. So here through the chicane comes SHZ Simon across the line. Where can the Frenchman go?
P2.
Second position.
Yeah, it's
Simon.
not a bad lap.
He got that podium in Singapore. Hasn't really been seen since. But he has got P2 here in qualifying.
Well, here's a watch Dominator now, because he is on a lap here. That is a purple sector 2 apparently, but that's nowhere enough for
I
pole.
can't check that one. That
Oh
is...
no, it's not. It's a glitch. I am sure. Because that is improving at the moment. We're only putting around P8.
Yeah, he's 2/10 off Simon in the middle sector. He needs to nail this final chicane. Not the quickest, but he has nailed it, so he will get this lap in. What's going to put him?
Oh no,
good
it's new. It's still a decent lap. He has managed to shoot himself up the order. There's not much time left in quality. I'd say some people need to be getting out of the pits soon enough.
Cortez has actually gone back into the pits.
Well,
He's not getting a lap in, surely.
2:16. Well,
It's going to be very close.
yeah, it will be extremely close. Simon has retired, so he knows he's done everything he can.
Tim is on a lap as well. He's looking to improve on the foot of the standings, just like JML Dominator did. But through the middle sector, he's not improving by enough. He's only improving by less than a 1/10 of a second. Now onto the back straight is the Mercedes-man. You don't want to clip that one left hand side, just like IFR Centauri did. In the middle sector, there is a slow Ferrari of Dominator, and he's on the racing line, so we can get off that one. Here comes Tim. Takedown shifts to first. He hasn't been doing that yet today. He's been in second gear through that hairpin constantly. Down the back straight though, run into the chicane. Where will Tim Wentink put this Mercedes? That's a much better run through the final chicane this time. He's going to have a much better job of this one. 7th, and goes to where Dominator went. So, if you're on the foot of the standings, you will improve to 7th. That is the trend here. Is there anybody else on a flying lap? Jules is currently on a flying lap, and he's improving in the middle sector. Needs to nail the realistically only 2 corners left. Of course, you have the chicane and you have the hairpin.
Well, Dominator's retired.
And is in the pits. Cyril Jules through the final chicane was provisional pole earlier on, and he's had a slide. No, and he's
Kevin Magnussen did.
Into the wall, and that is the end of Jules' run. Will that mess up Centauri line? No, because he is only on an out lap. And there is 22 seconds remaining, because there may be a glitch, but Cortez might not make this one, depending on how big the glitch is for us.
Let's see, Matibos is completing his lap. Or not, he's made it. And Cortez, he has made it.
Cortez just about making it, as that was Matt Tebos going off a turn one to get out of the way. There is still a lot of people on laps. Namsco is invalidated. Cortez flying through the middle sector. The first man to complete his lap will be IFR Santeri, who is currently purple in the middle sector, and that one is legitimate. I can confirm that. He did a 39.8, where Simon did a 40.2. Here comes Santeri. If he can snatch pole at death, he will do just what Namsco did in Spa-Francorchamps. Through the final chicane, needs to nail it. Oh, he has done. Here comes Santeri. This could be a very nice lap across the line. Is it going to be pole position? Yes, it is. 107.3. Namsco has invalidated. He cannot put up a fight. What can Cortez do? We've seen Cortez, speaking of Spa, win that race.
He's two and a bit tense up, so it would be enough for him to get out of Jules and Simon.
Here comes Cortez across the line. Is it good enough for pole position? No, it's not. It's only good enough for third, just behind Namsco. Matt Tebers and Namsco are the only team not to set a time. That is qualifying here in Canada.
Yeah, that has been a very interesting quali. Santeri does it at the death and takes pole.
Santeri, take a bow. That was a very nice lap. IFR Santeri is on pole position for the Canadian Grand Prix, followed by SHW Namsco 93. QVR Cortez, he will start from P number 3. And then Simon will start from 4. Jules will start from 5. Ron in 6. Spaghetti Chips will start from 7th. Tysco will start from 8th, followed by Tim Wentink, who will start from 9th. JML Dominator will start from 10th after improving on the foot of the standings. Michelizzi will start from 11th. Matt was 12th. Finley 13th. And the man who crashed in qualifying and didn't get to set a time, Bryn, he'll start from 14th.
So an interesting quali, and now we're going on to this race. As you said, usually a 2-stop, but the people outside top 10 may well go for the 1-stop.
Maybe. That's quite possibly an option. As it is a sunny day here, so we will have dry running, I imagine, because there doesn't seem to be any sight of rain, although maybe towards the end of the race, possibly. I don't really know. We will wait and see. Brandon, any early predictions for this one?
Santeri, while he did put in the lap, the only thing is, the fact it took him that time to get the lap in might indicate that, well, he has pace. It may well, it's very hard for him to get, have a consistent pace. So, maybe we could see, likes of Cortez actually, even in third, be able to sneak his way up to first. Because of just a little bit more consistency. Or you could see something like Simon or Jules put up a good fight for the podium here. So I'll go with a Cortez win again. So third one of the season.
Strategy wise, it is the bottom 4 starting on the mediums and everyone else starting on the softs. We kind of expected that one, to be honest. It wasn't a difficult one. 35 laps around Canada. It is a long one, but it is a very short lap, of course. So we'll wait and see. Like, we're almost completed the formation lap here.
Yep.
Did we have a crazy last lap this week?
I'm just trying to remember what it was. A lot of it was just a DRS train, to be honest.
We have to try and keep the trend up for the crazy last lap in F5.
Yeah,
that is it. We have it trademarked almost at this point.
I'll just check and just make sure I didn't miss anything really. As well, Namsco, he ended up keeping it in the last lap. There was some battling towards the bottom, or like, well, the bottom in the midfield. So like, the low points. although
And
there was
here's
a lot of
Bruno.
dramatic post race there was a lot of penalties, so that did end up shaking up the order, so I guess we got some dramatics after.
We're almost ready to get going here in Canada. However, Bryn is going to line us up on the grid. I don't know why that camera is stuck there, but it is. Bryn gets us lined up on the grid for the race start. Here we go. Ready in Canada. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights in Montreal. We go racing in Canada. What's the start like for Santeri? It looks to be a decent one. Namsco has got a bad getaway. That is Cortez, who has desynced. He is already up into second position and trying around the outside. Bit of damage for Simon and for Jules in the mid-pack. Jules up to fourth position already, and there seems to be a Mercedes and a Ferrari in the grass. Will be 3 wide. Down the chicane, spaghetti chips.
Tim Wenting, a nice move round the outside.
Tim Wenting making some moves, as we can see. Up the order, graphics are all over the place. Hopefully they will be fixed in a minute. Yes, they are. Santeri leads from Namsco, who leads from Cortez, who leads from Jules, leads from Simon, Ron, Tysko, Spaghetti Chips, Tim, Dominator, Mikulitsky, and Dominator, and Bryn almost hitting the back of the Alpha Male, Finley, and Matt Tios leads us at the back of the pack.
Well, so everyone's gotten through cleanly enough here, so we should be on for a decent enough race as everyone will be pretty much with each other.
So that is Matt getting past Finley. Seems like there could be some damage on that Haas F1 car. We will wait and see. Will he pile on into the pits? He will not. He'll just follow through. We start lap number 2. Santeri leads from Namsco, from Cortez, our 3 championship challengers. Leading the front of this pack. We love to see it. It's not the easiest track to overtake around Canada. You have a couple of good overtaking spaces in turn 1, the hairpin, and possibly down into this turn we can see our leaders just heading into now. And Santeri obviously purple in sector 1 as he is leading the Grand Prix.
And honestly, there's no thing spot here if you are close enough, although it is not exactly the most common of spots. Smooth some down to this hairpin, as you can pull off a good dive if you are late enough on the brakes, but also know how much you can take out of the brakes without ending up overshooting.
As we can see, Matt T-Ross looking to make some moves, so he obviously didn't get damaged, just a bad start, as Santeri has already pulled the second.
Yeah, that is good news for him, that is for sure. Because it is, with the 3 DRS on to Canada, it is easy enough to keep up if you have the DRS. But now that he's broken the gap early, it should not be too difficult to get away.
It shouldn't be, as Jules has managed to hold 4th position here. So he's doing a good job. Simon in 5th. You'll have to run through our winners and losers quickly.
Oh yeah, we'll just run through that quickly enough. Well, Jules got the jump on Simon at the start, and then same for Tyson again, jump spaghetti chips, so I think we know who the winners and losers of that are. As Bryn is up to Matibus and Finlay lost 1 each, so Bryn has gone himself a little bit further up the order, but not that much changes actually.
No, not that much has changed, as Jules has of course made that position, and Tysko, as you said, so they're both getting the best starts. Namsco has pulled in a bit on Santeri, now 7 tenths around that range, so not doing too bad a job, I believe.
Well, Cortez is actually might be the one who's in trouble for DRS nearly, although he is close in enough now, and I believe he has managed to get DRS here, so he should be fine now. It will be very interesting with the pit stops is depending on what strategy they go on, it could be, or maybe they might try a soft to hard if they are confident enough with tyre wear, or it'll be like a soft medium medium, or even soft medium soft.
The hards are not a great tyre around here, that is for sure. I think a 2-stop will almost be quicker. But Tim Wentink has made a move on Spaghetti Chips, who's into the pits. We have two pitters, Tysco and Spaghetti Chips, both making their way into the pits.
Is going to try to get past Dominator now. He has dived down the inside, but a bit deep. And this might... No, Dominator, he isn't able to get past. Brain has picked up the first penalty today, 3 seconds. But along with Spaghetti Chips, mind you, as he's also into the pits.
He is also into the pits, is right, and that bumps everyone up a few positions. Gap up the front is really close actually, so they are doing a good job.
Yeah. So now, will some people be forced to come into the pits to try avoid the undercut? That is the question now. Santeri,
I'm not really sure whether the undercut is powerful here.
Oh, Jules going to get past Cortez.
Jules has found a way past Cortez, and that's Namsco in, and that's Jules in, and that's Cortez in, and that is also Simon in. So Santeri is the only one realistically staying out on the soft compound tyres. He's obviously comfortable with the tyre wear. Will people get held up in the pits here? That's a big problem. Bryn is looking for a move with Dominator here. Bryn is started on the mediums, of course, so he'll be going a bit longer than everyone else.
Well, Ron's ahead of Simon, and I believe was he the last person to go into pits out of that group.
I think he was.
Oh, it's Tysco, as he has got out ahead of Simon.
So Simon, being in the Racing Point garage, has dropped quite a bit there. He
so Bryn past Dominator.
Well, and that's Bryn past Dominator. Yes, Bryn has found a way past JM Dominator and is doing a good job, has Bryn. He's up 11 spots onto the podium. Of course, he does have to make his pit stop. Will Santeri be in this lap? Matt Tebos getting past Finley. Santeri is in.
And where is he going to come out is the big question. As Jules, he ended up actually, I believe he jumped Namsco in the end actually, so that was another change.
Oh, he did? I have completely missed that. He's jumped Namsco. Here comes Jules, and Santeri is just about to reach the exit of the pit lane. How powerful was that undercut? Of course, if you do come out, you don't have to do turn 1 or turn 2. Here it is, it's going to be really close. Who gets the position? It will be Jules, but Santeri has stayed ahead of Namsco. Jules has got a very powerful undercut and is now in the provisional lead of this Grand Prix.
Well, yeah, so it's worked out for Jules there. However, Santeri has the ERS and what seems like at the moment the pace to, as he probably will be passed soon enough. He just has to not go for any stupid overtakes in a rush to get back into the lead.
Jules, however, did have the pace to take that lead due to an undercut, so we'll need to see, can he defend this one? It's not like Monaco where it is impossible to defend.
To overtake.
It is possible to defend, but we'll hold that reckless point for a second, as that was I for Santeri into the provisional lead of the race, and he's got Jules. Can Namsco follow through? I'm unsure, because Santeri does seem the quicker of the three, and Jules, so far, does also seem very quick. The medium pit window is now open, seemingly, but I think they will be stretching them for just a few more laps.
Well, so Santeri back in the lead. Question is, how much of a gap can he get? Because obviously it would be difficult for him to get that gap because Jules can just close in with DRS. and keep now actually is if a safety car comes out at any point, this will probably throw a huge spanner in the works for everyone else. And well, Santeri is about 5.4 seconds away.
Sorry to overcut you there. Here comes Bryn. He's going to look for a move into the final chicane to take the lead of the race after starting last. Bryn is up into the lead ahead
that's a bad run for
Michalizzi.
Michalizzi.
That is a very bad run, but Matt Tebos is a good bit behind. This Finley now is also a decent bit behind. So it is Bryn now into the lead of the Grand Prix. But the provisional lead still belongs to Ivor Santeri.
That's correct. He is in the net lead once all pit stops are made. Obviously, you will have to do a 2-stop, and these medium runners, they may well go for the 1-stop.
Can they do it? Would they go for a hard? I think they might go for a double soft, maybe at this point. No, not at this point, but in a few laps' time, maybe. As that is Tim Wentink and Sweaty Chips having a battle here. Oh, could be some contact as they're side by side in this chicane. Not a clever place to go side by side, but Tim's going to hold it round the outside and they have made contact. Tim has bounced off and he's around, and into the wall goes Tim Wentink. He's avoided damage, I believe, but he has left the session, and that is unfortunate for him.
And that was just a very dramatic spin as he tried to get back on the power. And then he just, it just snapped it violently, and as Michalizzi's been passed by Matt Tebos, so not good for Michalizzi at the moment.
Michalizzi's struggling obviously here. He isn't having a great time, as he could find himself under pressure from Finley in a moment's time, and Tim Wentink just on that spin really shouldn't have held it around the outside of Spaghetti Chips. It wasn't going to work, as Dominator has actually made a mistake, I believe, as well, because Spaghetti Chips has passed him now also.
Yeah, not great for him, that's for sure. Meanwhile, Santeri hasn't been able to get Jules out of DRS, but Jules has been able to get Namsco out of DRS.
This isn't going to help Namsco, because he won't be able to keep up with these now, because they do have a bit of superior pace. He's going to burn a bit of DRS to get back in the DRS, and he's back in the DRS for the back straight.
I don't think he is. He might have just missed a detection point.
Wait, see, does he activate that rear wing? He's missed it, so he does not have DRS, and he most likely won't have. Because he has fallen outside that second. Once again, this could be the end of a race win charge for Namsco, as he's on 1.1 behind Jules, and Jules has kept it in the DRS of Santeri.
Well, so it seemed like a Santeri versus Jules battle here. Once Santeri has the upper hand, but now he's just starting to catch traffic. So, depending what can happen here, this might actually be a blessing for Namsco, because he has a chance now maybe to close up and get back into DRS.
Yes, he does. As a Cortez, we really haven't spoken about it yet too much, but he's catching Namsco rapidly, actually. He is almost within DRS. Bit of a slide there. He would have got DRS if it wasn't for that, I think. Oh no, he does have DRS actually, so he just about got the activation point.
Well, a penalty there from Michalizzi.
So our top three on track, that is, do have 3-second penalties.
Yes. Well, there's penalties for Spaghetti Chips and then Tim Wentink. However, Tim, he's left the session now, so we not really much that can be said about that then.
No, unfortunate for Tim, but it was his own fault.
Oh, Santeri's going to try and get past Finley now.
Santeri has got past Finley and dispatching these back markers. Maybe Finley snows. Finley spun around. Finley has spun round, getting the traction, and he's reversed across the track. Thankfully, the ghosting system is on and working. And that's really ended Finley's chances of a result here, because he needed to be in front of all them, as he hasn't even made a pit stop yet, and he's down in 12th position. Goes to show how much quicker the two-stop almost is, because Santeri is cutting through the pack now.
Indeed. As now next up for Santeri is Michalizzi. Judging by his struggle as Finley, that was certainly a retirement.
Yes, it is. He has, he's given up. Here comes Santeri, he's going to try it down the inside of Michalizzi. It's going to be a dangerous move, as he has. Struggling to get it done, gonna hold it around the outside. Michalizzi obeying the space rule really well there, as here comes Santeri, has got that move done around the outside. That is a beautiful overtake. And Michalizzi struggling to get on the power, so that lets Jules straight through. Jules not having the same struggle, and can now keep on the back of Santeri, which really won't be to Santeri's favour, as he now has to try to dispatch Matt Tebos and Bryn.
Well, ideally, he'd like to get through the pair of them before Jules can even get through one of them. However, I don't think that would be a task he can really do. Matt Tebos in the pits, so that removes one car from the equation now. Although I believe that, depending on what tyre, that could be hard for me. No, mediums. He is one for mediums, and then
he's committed to a two-stop now. He has to pit again after this, because he has got the same compound.
That is absolutely correct. Obviously, two-compound rule in Formula 1. So now Santeri, he needs to get past Bryn quickly before Jules has a chance to get past. Michalizzi is doing a huge favour for Jules by holding up Namsco here. Namsco did not dive down the inside.
Here comes Santeri though, he's going to flick it in at the hairpin. Bryn pushing him round the outside. Santeri goes for the outrageous dive bomb, and he just about pulls it off, but now Jules needs to try and find a way past Bryn, but Bryn may be in the pits to slap, which means Jules just glanced through these cars and followed Santeri.
He's going to get Jules
gets in
here.
front of him. Bit of a contact though, as Bryn is staying out for another lap. And Michalizzi almost hitting Namsco into the pits. Spaghetti Chips now picking up a 3-second time penalty. He is in 9th position, and Jules is starting to fall away from Santeri already.
He'll still have DRS comfortably, but it's not looking great for him at the moment, as he's actually lost now 2/10 there, trying to get down to power.
He has lost 2/10 there, so doing too good there, as Cortez isn't at the back of Namsco as much as he was.
It has got a little more cloudy here. Whether rain is on the way, we don't know.
I wonder, could some rain be on the way? That is why Matt Tebos went for the mediums. As that is Bryn in the pits after 14 laps. Could he possibly be going for a double soft?
Well, New Zealand, yes, it's soft now, and a wing change.
Oh, Bryn must have picked up damage then, so he's been struggling with damage.
So he's had a good drive. He's going to come out 12th.
He's come out in 12th, 6.7 seconds behind Michalizzi, who also pit for mediums actually. It is getting quite dull here though. But I don't think we'll be seeing any rain. Although we might, because we aren't even halfway through this Grand Prix yet. We still have 19 or so laps to go.
Rain in Canada is, well, usually means a bit of chaos. So maybe you'll probably see a bit of shuffle in the order depending on how good these drivers are in the wet.
We've seen them struggle in the one wet bit. Last lap of Singapore was the one little wet bit we've had this season. I don't think we've had any more wet sessions actually. Well, not that I can remember anyways, so, yeah. That could be interesting to see how these drivers do cope in the rain, that is if we have rain, as it is getting very dull all of a sudden.
That's correct. Same happened in quali, the rain didn't come, but maybe now there's a little more time for maybe rain to come, per se. Although have we had a safety car or VSC in this race?
Oh, we haven't. It's been really, really clean. We've had the Tim spin, and we've had the Finley spin, and that's been it.
Yeah, so I think this would be, well, F5 is providing light work for the stewards here tonight, so it's nice to see. Getting a lot of clean racing here.
We are, and that was a 3-second time penalty for Cortez that could really not help him at the end of the race.
Dal dropping down to P6.
And he doesn't need to, he can't afford to lose those points when he's losing points to Namsco anyways.
Oh, it's Matt T-Boss is past Spaghetti Chips, who's in the pits.
So, he could be struggling for puncture wear here. He's gone for a set of the mediums again. So maybe we're not expecting rain if he has gone for a set of the medium compound.
He started on softs, correct?
He did. He was in the top 10.
So that's a bit of an odd two-stop.
Yeah, it is a bit of an odd two-stop. Because he was already on a set of mediums, he's on another set of mediums, so he might be going to the end.
Nice to see me, or is that rain? I don't know.
No, I don't think it's rain yet. Although I think rain could be easily on the way because it's getting very dull here all of a sudden.
Oh, some oversteer there for some drivers as well. Oh, Cortez in the pits.
He's in the pits for a second set of tyres. That would make me think there is no rain on the way, or else the mediums are just dying off extremely quickly. He's gone for another set of the medium compounded tyres, which would make me think he's going to try to go to the end of those.
If he's going to extend his, or is he going to have such short stints on the mediums, he may well just be trying to have a tyre advantage in the rain or something, because I'm not sure what he's going for here. Yeah.
Now they can go to the end if he wants them to.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously they only pit around that 4, 5, 6. So they've been going for about 12 or 13 laps. Which is odd.
Yeah, we can see Jules and Namps going on 13 laps. Tyska doing 14. So they can easily do 14 then the mediums because his tyres still look in okay condition. As everyone, a lot of pitters now. That's Namsco, Ron, and Tysko in for a second set of the mediums, I can imagine.
Yeah, it seems like we have a lot of drivers in. I believe that's Ron.
Tysko's being held big. Oh no, sorry, that was just a glitch. He was being held. Let's see where they will all come out in relation to our top 3. That is Matt Tebus now up onto the podium once again in this race. The safety car now would keep him there, so he's doing a great job.
So, yeah, this just seems like the second phase of pit stops.
Yeah, it does. We seem to be getting the second of the 2 stops. We're now halfway through the race. We're over halfway through. 15 laps left. We've done 20. So, getting to the business end of the race. Bryn is going to have to make another stop for the softs though. Closer to the end, that is for sure.
Thing is Jules going to be able to perform another undercut? As Santeri's in now.
So let's see, can Jules get the undercut this time? Centauri has gone for mediums, that is obviously to cover what may be an undercut. I don't think Jules maybe is close.
Simon
Street
in the
Fighter chicane
pits.
comes.
Matt Tebow now will actually take the lead of
Here
this
comes
race.
Jules. Jules is on the inside. There is Centauri.
Oh,
And
he just
Centauri
got him.
just about got in front. That was really close stuff from the pair. But however, Centauri will retain the lead of this race, and that is Matt Tebus in the on-track lead. So Centauri has just about done enough there to keep the lead of this Grand Prix.
Well, executed to perfection there. As now we've got younger tyres, and he is ahead. So now Centauri's job is just to get past Matt Tebow's.
And not pick the penalty.
Yep, that would be correct. And I'll say neither of them penalties. If you want to check warnings there, that would be great.
I can. Centauri has 2. And Jules has 1. So Centauri is 1 away from a penalty.
And he is now into P1.
As he's got past Matt Tebus. And Cortez has actually jumped Namsco.
Yeah, that is true. Cortez has jumped Namsco with the undercut.
So, well done Cortez for pulling that undercut. He did that one successfully. Just like Jules almost did. Couldn't quite pull it off though. As, he was very close to doing. We have almost all the grid in the train here.
Yeah, that is true. We have the top 3, and then you have, well, pretty much the rest of the grid, aside from Spaghetti Chips, Dominator, and the AI of Tunetank.
Yeah, but I don't think the AI of Tim will be catching up anytime soon.
True. Although he is technically caught up to the pack, he's just lapped.
Don't think that counts.
Yeah, fair. As well, the
As that
DRS
is
has been
Ron past
broken.
Bryn.
Yeah, Ron's past Bryn.
Could Bryn's tyres be dropping off, possibly?
Well, they're soft. I don't think they last that long. Like, they don't look terrible, but obviously
As Tice go, good luck for a move soon.
yeah, but it'd be hard enough to get a move done in this first sector because he hasn't got it done in the prime place.
Yeah, he's going to just have to follow, I think.
Yeah, follow until he gets to round here, and now he can start to hope for an overtake or push for one. So he's going to gain.
Here he goes for the outside. This guy's the close one. Oh, almost off the wall for Tysko. Bryn keeping the car in the perfect position.
Oh, that's Simon past Tysko.
So Bryn helping out his teammate and letting the other racing point through on the second AlphaTauri.
So good job.
AlphaTauri still has to pit again.
There is now he.
Centauri's got 3 seconds. Centauri has picked up a 3-second time penalty, but is now not in as comfortable of a space as he is in this Grand Prix.
He's now, while he is doing a good job in terms of pulling away, he knows he has to hammer it now to make sure he breaks the 3 seconds.
He needs to break that 3 seconds, or hope Jules manages to pick up another penalty.
Well, yes, not penalty, so just a penalty. Cortez now actually has got a good group behind him.
Centauri is pulling away though, it's now 2.2 seconds. He's gaining rapidly on that gap that he needs to pull. He's doing a very good job.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can at the moment, so you can't really fault him there. But it's just brightened up now, kinda, so no.
Yeah, so it was a false hope if you were hoping for some rain for the people watching. Centauri has almost pulled this gap almost immediately. He's flying now. Centauri obviously was just coasting around managing the tyres. Could
Micheletti
Matibos reach the end here?
Matimos, he most certainly can try, but didn't he start on mediums?
Oh, he did, yeah, he did. So he has to pit no matter what. We see Brent into pits now for a second set of softs. That's to go to the end.
He has 5 seconds, though, so that would indicate he's sped in the
speeding in the pit lane.
Yep.
That is what happened there. Unfortunate for him. That is a straight 5.
Annoying things in this game, that is clear.
This Jules has fallen out of the 3 seconds, and Terry has made that look easy.
Well, he's now falling in and out. But
yeah, I think Santeri will be able to pull this gap. If I'm being honest, although Cortez is rapidly gaining on Matt Tebow, so he should think about pitting soon.
Right. Well, obviously when he pits, he should be able to come out in a very good position.
Yeah, and he'll be on very first soft, so he will be able to push.
That is correct. He will be able to push, and will he be hoping to catch the drivers ahead of him. So it's 3.4 now between Santeri and Jules. This is looking like more and more like Jules will not be able to claim the win here. As well, Cortez.
Yeah, I don't think Jules can. I think he's a little bit too far off.
Now Cortez is going to go for it here, and it is to the right and ahead.
Easy move for Cortez.
Oh,
Matt!
Oh,
Matt!
that he was doing so
That
well.
Matt, what have you done there? What have you done there, Matt? It's the one he was going into the pits and just forgot there's a car in front of him. So that is probably going to end up in a race ban from Matt, if I'm being honest, because he has just quite possibly killed any chance of a championship that Cortez has, because he's just taken him out straight out.
Yeah, well, he's ended up now. Oh, I believe he's behind Ron, Simon, Tyscoot and Micheletti, because they were all fairly close. So I've been a death sentence for his well, championship hopes, it seems.
I think there may be an angry Cortez after this race.
Yeah, I don't think you'd blame him.
No, I don't blame him at all. I get angry over 5-second penalties. I can't imagine what it must be like to be taken out from a championship. Underrated race that we haven't spoke about, Ron. He's currently P4. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, it's been a quiet race for him, but he is going to be picking up points. Cortez already up a position as Micheletti into the pits.
Micheletti into this, he hasn't had a great race today, but he could possibly pick up some points if he can just push it enough.
So you get Matt Tebow here now. With that, well, wing damage, he ended up costing himself there, as he could have been on for good points.
Yeah, he could have. Well, that is a mistake. That is 1000% his own fault. For Matt Tebus, as look at that gap that Santeri's pulled, almost 5 seconds. He really has turned on the pace. This Jules just is, I think, managing a P2 here, which he would be happy with.
There will be a good 12 points to add to his championship tally, and it will be very good for, well, this season overall. That is for sure. As
that's Tysko getting past Simon actually, but Tysko does have a penalty and Simon
doesn't.
I'm sure he will try and fight this back.
Yeah, well, that'll be up to him to decide. As he, well, basically, all the cards are in his favour. As he has a choice of either just sticking behind and taking the position after penalties, or going for it, getting on track just for the personal satisfaction of us.
Possibly as Matt has picked up a 3-second time penalty. Although I don't think that's going to really help anything or change too much. Because well, how would I describe it? He took himself out as well as Cortez in this race.
Yeah, he basically shot himself in the foot and also destroyed Cortez's race. When he was there, Simon is back past.
Simon, that was a nice move from Simon. I was on board with that one. That was a very nice move from Jesus Simon. And look at Ron right behind Namsko. Might have a fight for the final podium position.
That is correct. In terms of tyres, they're the exact same. Simon is a couple of seconds behind in younger tyres by about a lap. And Santeri's got the same tyres in terms of age as Simon. So he's 5.7 ahead. He'd nearly have enough of a gap for 2 penalties.
Yeah, he really has did a great job. That is for sure. It's the yellow flag in sector 1. It is Matt Tebow, so that could be, as Fernando Alonso would say, Garma. As Santeri now there's a gap for 2 penalties. He did just pick up a warning there, because I'm on board with that one. That was 100% a warning for Santeri. It actually wasn't. Okay, that's genius from Codemasters, I have to say. As Ron is on the back of Namsko. We need to keep an eye on this one.
Well, Bryn is past Spaghetti Chips, so now, well, Bryn's next
Bryn, he's on the charge.
His next target would be Cortez, but admittedly, Bryn's got 11 seconds, Cortez 6, and there's 9 seconds of a gap on track, so it's not really a realistic target.
As that is Matt Tebow's out in the pit lane. I would say unfortunate for him, but it was completely his own fault.
Yeah, it's
So,
just bit of a mess. So Ron, can you get past Namsko here? Maybe, or maybe not.
That is going to be the goal, that is for sure. He's going to be trying that one. As he's just sticking at 5/10, but he's struggling to get even closer.
A bit of lock-ups there for the pair of them, and another lock-up from Namsko. So, is Ron in the... Well, Namsko actually is the ERS, so that is well, good news for him anyway. I see. If somebody did end up cutting the pit lane entry, or going in the pits,
or took out a Renault in the pit lane.
yes, that is true. I see. Then things will probably be reported as people are looking to get points to help out their championships.
Well, not Matt, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'll stop with the Matt abuse. Matt Ron is falling out of this gap that he was in, so he is not. He's not.
Although Namsko's burned a bit of his ERS now. They're even.
Yes, they're even. They are even now, as Simon has pulled a good bit of a gap to Tysko. So he has that P5 confirmed.
That is correct. Well, not really much is going to change here. I think Dominator will be able to jump out of spaghetti chips based on penalties, but not much else is actually going to happen.
No, I don't think so. The race has dulled down a bit. Look at the gap from Santeri to Jules. How?
No, but Santeri's been going consistently half a second faster nearly every lap, as he seems just to have that much more grip to use. As you can just note the difference in speed.
Yeah, he's Santeri's really in a class of his own, I have to say. Today he's doing really, really well. So there's not much to commentate on. I don't think we're going to get that hectic last lap. Although Ron is right close to Lamsco.
So you don't know what can happen.
Ron, how much ES does he have compared to Lamsco? They're both so similar. I think just both burn on this last lap.
Yeah, there'll probably just be no change unless one of them can't surprise the other. Some overtake being used by Ron, and I believe maybe was it some by Lamsco too, because they're still similar. Well, Lamsco's burning, so is Ron. Oh, Ron's continuing to burn.
Ron has burned a lot. They're both burning. Ron is going to try and move to turn 1, I think, as that is realistically his only last opportunity. But Lamsco's got a floor of an exit. That is curtains, I think, for this one. Lamsco has got a very nice exit out of that corner, meaning I think that might be the podium for him.
Yeah, that would be, seems confirmed as well. Santeri, well, unless he makes a massive mistake in the last lap, he is not going to lose his podium.
He is your winner, for sure. That is, he can actually now afford to get 2 more penalties if he wanted. He does have that much of a gap.
And seems like it's going to be a bit anticlimactic last lap here.
Yeah, but we didn't get the excitement, but Santeri is going through the final corner. He's on 0 ERS and he's just about gains a little bit more. Now he can't burn across the line. For Santeri, do not lose the car, Santeri. He does win in camera. What a great drive from Santeri to take the win. That was a great drive as Jules, but another great drive. Will come home in second. Lamsco will take the final podium position in third, and Ron in fourth, and Simon, with the second best result of this season, in fifth. Tysko then will follow him behind in sixth, but will he keep that position due to the Cortez? Yes, he will. Cortez will come home in seventh, and Bryn in eighth, which is really disappointing for Cortez because he could have been on about.
Oh, we did end up picking up an extra penalty. So, well, nothing changed there. I'll add people for interviews.
Bryn gets the driver of the day in game, but whether that is real, I don't know. As there is the podium. That is Santeri dominating with a really, really great drive. For race results, Santeri wins the Grand Prix, followed by Jules in P2, Lamsco P3, followed by Ron in P4, Simon P5, followed by his fellow Frenchman, Tysko in 6th, Cortez in 7th, after that really unlucky incident with, no, it was unlucky for him, it wasn't unlucky for Matt. Bryn in 8th, Spaghetti Chips in 9th, Dominator in 10th, and then the non-points finishers, Michelizzi in 11th, the AI car, Tim in 12th, and your non-finishers are Matt and Finley.
Not many drivers here today, but still a very good race, you must say.
Yeah, it was a great race.
Yeah.
That was very good from a lot of drivers with some strong performances here today, I have to admit.
Hopefully some people might join for the podium very soon, although I'm not sure if Santeri or Namsko can join. Maybe Jules might be able to.
Maybe he might.
Let's see.
As that was a really, really great race. And I don't know if we are getting anyone in for post-race interviews. Yeah, I don't think we are getting anyone in, but still, nevertheless, it was a good job by our podium sitters.
Well, let's see. I just checked here, but we can maybe another minute. Okay, Jules can't, and I don't think Santeri or
No, I don't think so. They have they've left, so I think that is the end of it for them.
So yeah, that is it for us here. So thank you all for watching. Make sure to tune in next week for some more action in PSGL 5 at well, Japan. So land of the rising sun and only figure 8 layout track on this calendar. So make sure to tune in next week then. So thank you all for watching and